Hey, just wrapped up the new season of Squid Game. Wanted to make a quick video talking about it because the reactions online have been very mixed. A lot of people are upset with how it ended. A lot of people think it's great. A lot of people didn't really like it compared to the first. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on the entire season and then compare it to other people's thoughts. So I'm gonna start off with the ending. Rip the band-aid off quicker than Tommy did in Rugrats after he got hit by a prickle bush. So, at the end, spoiler warning, uh, Player Zero, who has been infiltrating the players just like the old man did in the first season, he would befriended 456 and they were like buddies teaming up trying to get out of there. And then they had a great plan. It's going perfectly. It is the players versus the squares, triangles, and the circles, and it gets really close. It's like a nail biter. They are inches away from unmasking the whole operation. They're killing everyone. They killed so many pink people. And then one, he's like, okay, it's gone too far. He kills the two people that were with him that were players, and then he suits up. He puts his Infinity Gauntlet back on. They surrender because it's over, and then he approaches them. It was 456 and his Marine friend. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the Korean names right, and I also don't remember them too good either. So he approaches him in the Marine. He says, "Was it worth it?" And he puts a gun against 456's head. And then he said, I forget what he said. He said something. It doesn't matter. Then he said, he said this is the price for playing the game. And then he moves the gun from 456 and he puts it to his friend's heart right in front of him. And 456 claimed that this was his best friend, and the reaction he gave after that happened was great. He did a great job acting that out. I thought that was a great scene. But then, yeah, so basically, dude gets shot in the heart. 456 starts crashing out, and that's the scene. It's roll credits. That's it. That's where it ends, and that's where it leaves us. And that's why a lot of people online are really upset with the ending, because it's a cliffhanger, just like the first one was. But it's different than the first one, and it's not that uncommon for a TV series to do this anymore. We've seen it with Attack on Titan, we've seen it with Beastars, and I'm sure other shows as well, but shows will release a season and they'll split it up into parts for whatever reason. Invincible did this too, that's another one. So, if you. So, I would say season 2 is still ongoing, but they're going to release season 3 as a season 3, and it will be coming sooner than you think. It is already confirmed that it is coming out in 2025, so maximum probably next December, maybe. Who no one really knows. Okay, there's that, and now I want to talk about the new cast of characters compared to the first one, and honestly, I think topping the beloved cast of the first season would be difficult, because the first season was just so good. You were so invested in all of the characters. Ali was such a great character. I don't remember the girl's name, but everybody on the internet loved that girl. His rival, his best friend, he was a good character. I liked that guy. I think it was better like a rivalry than as a buddy thing. So that was cool. And for the characters in this one, I don't really like them too much. I think there's one character that I fucking hated. His name was his name was Thanos. Here, I'll pull him up just so you can see him. Absolute douche. Here, I'll pull him. Okay, here we have Thanos. As you can see, he has all the Infinity Stones on his hands, and he's famous in Squid Game's lore for being a successful battle rapper. That is right, dude is the second coming of Pat Stray. He is a giant asshole throughout the entire show. He pops pills, And the reason he is in Squid Game is for the most 2024 reason I've ever seen. Okay, this man that he has hold of, he was a famous YouTuber, and he pulled a hawk to a Haley Welsh. He released a shit coin, and he pumped and dumped the shit out of his entire audience. And this dude says he lost 500 million won, I think it's called. I don't know the conversion rate, but that's a lot of money, and he's in debt, and he like treats this guy as a slave. And then this scene, this is where he's like, yeah, I'm not your slave anymore, dog. So then they go back and forth, and then people start killing each other in this scene. This is where like the tides start to turn. Thanos dies, and I was literally jumping with joy. I was waiting for it the second I heard him. Like, he rapped out the most cringe thing I've ever heard. He did like some, like, I don't even know. He was failing to rizz up some girl, and then she said, "Why do they call you?" She said something about the Infinity Stones. He's like, "Yep, look, I got all the Infinity Stones. Now it's about to snap." And I was like, dog. Yeah. This dude has the same opinion as I do. Just a shit antagonist. Way too cringy. Maybe they started filming this when Endgame was huge. I think that could be a possibility. They were trying to ride the hype that they were trying to suck on the tit that is Marvel. But there's this guy, and he has a lackey. I don't know if I'll be able to find him here. I don't remember his name at all. Oh yeah, this is what he looked like in his last moments. Here is a great scene. Arguably the best in the whole series, just because this guy is such a giant dick. Okay. Oh, and this is player one here, in case you're unfamiliar with the man's face. These two were best friends in this season, not literally. That is the Marine guy. But this man got really close to their group, and then he completely betrayed them, and then, yeah, he killed him. Oh, wait. Okay, here's a chart of the actors. I can tell you more details if I recognize them. No, I don't recognize them. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. So, there's all that, and now I want to try to pull up some of the reactions that people are having online. Okay, so I did pull up some reactions online, but it's unfortunately on Reddit, and I do not feel comfortable reading in a Reddit accent right now, and I don't think I ever will, so I'm not going to read any of this out. But this guy, here, I'll read one. I feel season 2 was decent. It's not bad, but it's also very good. Season 2 was bloated and lacks tension and excitement of season 1. I couldn't get myself to care for any of the characters since I already know 99% of them will die. That is a good point, and I think it's true. It is true. Again, I think the characters in the first season were miles better, but I wouldn't say season 2 isn't very good. I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool how they completely shifted the plot. They took something we know and they're expanding on it so much more and making it so different than what we know. And I think they're doing a great job with the world building, and it's just good. I like it. Now I go back to reading. Right now, it feels like they had one more season of story and split it in two. I also feel like the deaths and the reactions to all the deaths felt lacking. Like, season 1 had much more chaos and panic with all the deaths. I also feel like the season didn't really accomplish much. It feels like we were back at the end of season 1. The third game was also just boring. I fast forwarded through that game. Okay, that's interesting, because I thought the third game was awesome. I think all the games are good. I really like how they didn't just reuse the exact same format in the first season with all the same games. I just thought, I don't know, I think this guy's tweaking. Thank you for that, you/Theodore project. So, that's it. One more thing I'll expand on is the games. The first game is the same, and 456 steps up and he tells everyone, like, if you move, you're gonna die. And then it cuts back, it shows everyone is listening, and then Thanos tells the girl he was rizzing up that he failed to rizz up before he spoke the worst line I've heard in 2024. He's like, there's a bee on you. And then she's like, what? And then she's like, oh, I moved. And then she literally gets shot, and then everyone starts freaking out. And then like 20 people get mowed down. And then later, they just keep playing. The stakes are higher now because people know their life is on the line. So they just keep playing, and then at the end, they make a line, and then Thanos pushes like 4 people just for no reason, just to see him get gunned down, and then they die. So I don't really like how they didn't make him, they don't have like a reason for his villainous against everyone that isn't the YouTuber. He's just a dick for no reason. He's constantly unjustifiably crashing out. So, I don't know. Pretty much my only problem with the season is Thanos. I wish they didn't make him such like a main character. And there's also one other dude who, I hate him, but he was made to be hated. He's some old dude he's literally just an old addicted gambler. He keeps on saying one more game after so he says one more game, then they play a game, a bunch of people die, they get like $200 million more. He's like, this is not enough. And then he's like, one more game and then we're done. He literally has gambler's mentality. He is the meme of the miner fucking digging for the diamonds, and then the one on top of him is turning around. That is literally that is this guy's only character trait. That, and he's a douche. I feel like they didn't really write any crazy complex villains. They just kind of made everyone an asshole, which I didn't like. There's also another character who is a woman. She's just some old bitchy lady who like is super duper double into God. And she is the type of woman that will have crystal stones everywhere in her house, and then she's spiritual, man. She's just into stupid stuff. She's like about to push, there's 2 buttons, and then she's like, it's pretty much like this asking God to guide me. Like, you already know what buttons are there, dog. You're guiding yourself. But yeah, just the characters are kind of the only iffy thing for me, but I think overall the season was actually great. I really liked the first 2 episodes before they even get to the game were awesome. It shows how 456 is working with a lot of people, like bad guys. They like break the law, they have guns and knives and blah blah. But they're looking for the recruiter that originally invited 456 to the Squid Game. So he has like hundreds of people looking through every subway every day. And then eventually they find him, they go after him, and then it turns out this dude's like actually a ninja. So he beats the shit out of 2 dudes, and then he makes them play like a Saw level trap of Russian roulette. He makes like 2 best friends play rock, paper, scissors. And then the loser gets a shot, but it's Russian roulette, so you don't know if you're gonna die or not. And then it takes too long, and he just fills the gun, and he says next one to lose dies. So the boss, he won the game, but he didn't play, so you have to go like this, and he didn't. He never moved. So that guy is honestly kind of a Giga Chad. That was a super Sigma move. Excuse my brain rot talk, but yeah, that guy was really cool. And the dude he's risked his life for, he's kind of a big character, but he's just a little annoying too. Like, we'll say 456 is Sonic, the detective is Knuckles, and this dude is Tails. And I'm not talking like Sonic Adventure Tails. I'm talking Sonic the movie 2 Tails. Like, he's just stupid. Yep, characters are a little lame. Season is pretty good overall. It's really different from the first season. If you like Squid Game, you should like this. I think you'll enjoy it. And that's it. See you.